Americans more likely to die from opioid overdose than in a car accident.
Who would have thunk it? Oh, actually, it's the first time.
For the first time on record, Americans are more likely to die of an accidental opioid overdose than in a motor vehicle crash, according to a new report from the National Safety Council.
According to the drug manufacturers, these drugs are not addictive.
Don't
worry.
The group calculates that the chance of dying from an opioid overdose has increased to 1 in 96, surpassing the odds of dying in a car accident at 1 in 103.
Not addictive.
It's also greater than the odds of dying from a fall, a gun assault, pedestrian accident, or drowning. The opioid crisis remains an abstract issue for many people. They still believe it will not happen to them, or it isn't a risk facing them or their family, Maureen Vogel, spokeswoman for the National Safety Council, told CBS News. These numbers show the gravity of the problems our country is facing. We need to reprioritize and regroup because all of these deaths are preventable.
I don't know that I agree with that. Unless she's talking about utterly outlawing these drugs totally and making their manufacture stop globally.
Even that's not going to...
But yeah, I think we could do better.
But why is it happening? I mean, it's always like people have, fentanyl is so dangerous. I'm like, yeah, fentanyl is really dangerous, and people are buying it from China in bulk. But here's the problem: we're not looking at the deeper issues of why people want to take these drugs. We're not looking at it's like every time we talk about it, it's like it's a void. It's like, well, people are just taking them. It's like they're not taking them for no reason.
Right.
If it's a public health crisis, shouldn't we be researching why that's going on?
The mental health crisis that underlies the drug use crisis is something that everybody's ignoring, and that's what we're going to have a conversation about if we're going to want to treat
or
these
the fact that the drug, the pharmaceutical industry pushed opiates
as safe,
as these are safe, these are fine, these are non-addictive.
And
doctors prescribed them for kickbacks, and people got addicted to them.
They told people that these drugs, I've looked into this because I was amazed to find this out, that it was only addictive in less than 1% of cases. Literally some of the most addictive drugs in the world that virtually almost anyone can become addicted to easily. Like any of us, we could laugh at this, but if let's say Paul injures his neck, here's some pills. You could easily be addicted, or I could, or anybody here. Just because, you know what? I live pain-free now.
But we're not holding the pharmaceutical industry responsible. We're not holding these shady doctors who prescribe whatever drug company pays them.
The fact that this country basically just totally fucking eviscerated any budget for mental health care for
you can fucking attribute most of these deaths to our capitalist fucking medical system.
Agreed.
This is why for-profit medicine is a bad fucking idea, because these are the fucking results. Now we have more people dying from opioids than we do in fucking car crashes.
Yeah, I mean it's a multi-tiered problem. And it's not as easy as just trying to stop the drugs from getting on the streets, because fentanyl's just it's the newest drug in a long list of drugs, and there will be one after it.
Yeah, put people in prison. That's what's going to solve the problem.
Address the underlying problems of habitual drug use, poverty, profound mental health problems. Start taking that seriously. Come up with a national treatment plan.
It's a cultural and societal problem. It's not it's not just a simple people take the drugs off the streets. That's not that's not going to stop. They've been trying to take drugs off the streets as long as anyone can fucking remember. It doesn't fucking work.
I mean, the answer, because if you look at this, if we boil this down, what is it? People engaging in escapism.
Yeah.
What is the answer to a society where a profound amount of people, now more than 1 in 100, are dying from their escapism? The answer is to create a society that isn't based around drudgery and shit work and ass-end fucking jobs that nobody's fulfilled by. And create a society where people feel fulfilled and are able to chase what they care about. That is if you want to put a balm on the wound of deaths from escapism, that's the only one there is. You've got to address the fact that a profound amount of people in this country subsist in what they would probably define as drudgery.
Yeah, and pain.
Wage slavery. Paycheck to paycheck existence, constantly having to move because they can't maintain the rent on their places. This is how a profound amount of people in this society live. And you know where these drug overdoses are coming from? Not all of them. A lot of them from those lower ends of society. People that are so fed up with the shit fuck life that they just will take anything.
A lot of them are doing it to self-medicate from injuries and things.
Mental
wrong
health
with their body.
problems, absolutely.
And look at this country too. In almost every major urban area in this country, homelessness is rising. Most of these people OD in their cars because that's all they have left. And I mean, also because obviously, a lot of times it's a dual problem. They become addicted to drugs, so they lose their place, they lose other things.
Right, because all their money's going to the fucking
even
habit.
though we have a quote unquote low unemployment rate, it's so hard if you're in a lower economic bracket to actually go to college, to actually do these things, or get vocational skills or training to actually get out of that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very difficult, and we don't have things like free college that would help people. I mean, that's about what $60 billion a year to give people a free.
I don't know the exact figures.
It's something around there.
If you're born into the lower classes in this country, there's pretty much every fucking hurdle in your way to get to a well-paying job that you're engaged by.
Yeah.
And that has to change if this statistic is going to change. And if it doesn't, then it's not. And we're not going to address the societal ills that are behind people wanting to take drugs to the point where they kill themselves.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you.